You ever have that experience where you're talking with someone and you're in the middle of a story and all of a sudden a distraction comes, it's an airplane or the pool guy or whatever, and you just lose it. You lose your thread and you can't find your way back to it. Well, if you'd like to know why that happens and how to deal with it, then that's what this video is all about, coming right up. No matter how good you get with memory techniques and no matter how many brain exercises you do, and I hope you do a lot of them, there's going to be an experience you have, which is that you're going to be in the middle of telling someone something, and then a disruption is going to come, and it could be an internal disruption or an external disruption, and you're not going to be able to find your way back to that information. Well, why does this happen? The first thing is it's just the nature of distraction. So new stimuli is often a lot bigger than we think it is. So we might think, there's the pool guy, right? And that just triggers a whole new line of thinking. But it's actually more than the pool guy. It's the color of his clothes. It's the color of his hair. It's whatever mannerisms he's bringing. It then draws our attention to another angle of the world. So the quality of the air, the light, all kinds of things are reconfigured in the brain very, very quickly, and you're just overwhelmed by all kinds of stimuli. And then you have the actual coming back, which then reinserts you into the original flow that you were in, which is no longer the original flow. It's now new because you're re-entering it, and you have that rush of new stimuli all over again, plus the pressure of an audience that's sitting there wrapped in attention for what you're about to say next. And they also have been somewhat disrupted. So at many levels of your subconscious and unconscious and conscious mind, you're trying both together to get back to where you were. And in many cases, that disruption is still going on somewhere in the background. So you just have cognitive overwhelm is the simple term for it. And the number one solution here is to simply forgive yourself and move on, and it will come back to you eventually. Or if it never comes back to you, it never comes back. And one thing that you can do to really, really help solve this problem is to learn about something that's called the ugly sister effect. And the ugly sister effect, and there's not necessarily a solution to it, but it's related to this problem. And the problem of the ugly sister effect is it's when something's on the tip of your tongue, but you keep thinking of every other piece of information that you're looking for. So if you're trying to remember the name of a singer, let's say it's Dolly Parton, and you're coming up with like dolls or sheep or, like every other thing except for Dolly Parton is coming. Well, it's called the ugly sister effect because in the Cinderella story, the handsome prince is trying to marry the most beautiful woman and all the ugly sisters keep coming, at least in one version of the story. And that's what happens in our brains a lot of time. And why this is related to this effect is because as you're searching for that thread that you've lost, all this other stimuli is still in the way, and your brain is still trying to process it, still trying to place it in its context, and still trying to get you where you need to go. But you're a prince, and you want the beautiful princess, but all this other information, the more that you're like, what was I thinking of? What was I thinking of? What was I thinking of? The uglier those sisters are getting. So if you just ease off the pedal, step back, let it go, and just say to the person you're talking to, and we often end up doing this anyway, but we do it from a point of frustration. We say, it'll come back to me, or sorry, whatever. Don't do it from a point of frustration. Say, let's flag that for later because I know it's going to come back to me. And if you're a student of the magnetic memory method, then you're going to be calm and relaxed, and you're going to say, I study memory, so this is really interesting, and maybe we can flag a time and I'll teach you some memory tricks. And send them to this video because you can help educate them about this problem, because the number one pain is that we punish ourselves so much for these little slips, and they're just normal and natural, and they happen for reasons. So one little tip related to this that'll help you practice holding your attention, and it'll help solve something that's a real epic problem that everybody has, which is related to this again, is the phenomenon of when you go from, say, your bedroom to go and get something in the kitchen, but by the time you get to the kitchen, you can't remember what the hell you went there for. Maybe it was the scissors, right? But you can't remember what you went there for, so you go all the way back to the bedroom, and you're like, and you feel like you're getting old, you're having this senior moment. It's nothing of the kind. It's exactly the same problem. You're in the bedroom, you think, I need scissors. You go, and as you enter the hallway, a whole new set of stimuli has entered your system. You have to account for changes in temperature, changes in light quality, changes in perspective, all kinds of things. And now you're walking, your feet are feeling new surfaces underneath it, and maybe you're thinking new thoughts and so forth, so that by the time that you get to the kitchen, it's not so much that you've forgotten it or that it's been bumped out of place, it's just that your mind is processing so many things at so many new levels. So what you're going to do from now on, and this practice will help you concentrate more and more in many other areas of your life, and it will help you find that thread much more easily and develop real concentration, real focus that you can use to practice getting through anything. I need scissors. Make a fist, then walk through the door and say, I need scissors. And then as you go through the hallway, keep that fist and hold on to it till you get to the kitchen and you have the scissors in your hand, and open and put the scissors in there. This technique is great for solving the problem, extending your concentration, and then actually saving you time because you got the thing that you were looking for. Isn't that cool? It's the most amazing thing. All you got to do is remember to do it. So how do you do that? Just get started right now. Wherever you are right now, decide that you need some scissors and make a fist and go get the scissors. And while you're there, consider learning how to make a memory palace out of that journey, wherever you go to get those scissors. And if you need help making a memory palace, I got a free memory improvement kit that has 4 videos that'll teach you how to make a memory palace, how to use a memory palace. And anytime you want that, like right now, because every moment that you don't have these amazing skills, you're missing out on so much of the pleasures of life and your memory. Go to magneticmemorymethod.com/YT, click on the description below or somewhere on the screen, and you'll be able to get started, because I got way more things for you that are even cooler than this. And all you have to do is learn to use the miracle of your memory. This is Anthony Metivier from magneticmemorymethod.com, and until we speak again, keep yourself magnetic.